All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick video here showcasing why spell power is, not spell power, plus healing gear on your paladin is probably the best gear on your paladin in TBC. One second, let me take a drink of water. Every time I start talking, I always forget to take a drink of water. But what I'm about to show you is something quite fascinating. So check out my gear here real fast. I've got a blue gem in here just because I need it for the meta gem. But as you can see, my gear is chocked full of plus healing gear. Ideally, plus healing gear that has MP5 on it. And we'll go over the stats here in a second. Basically, it's like 4-piece ornamental for the set bonus. And then I got 4-piece Lightbringer for its set bonuses. And just the fact that it has a lot of plus healing and metric shit tons of MP5. See this crap, just MP5, MP5, just dripping in MP5. So... if we actually look at the stats, and it's a little boosted right now because I have superior wizard oil on here, I can actually take it off, so you'll have to minus that by like, let's see here, 42. If you went into arena, you'd have like 42 less spell power. But your spell damage is about 700. This is plus healing, so the reason why this build is so powerful is because you can use plus healing items, and you can heal yourself very effectively for a long period of time. And then when your opponents start running low on energy and resources, this is whether you're in the arena or outside the arena. This is a Holy Shock Paladin, by the way. Let me show you guys the talents real fast here. It's a, let's see, 3 out of 3 Sanctified Judgment. No Vengeance, picks up Eye for an Eye. Eye for an Eye ends up doing more damage for you 9 times out of 10 than Vengeance does, which is kind of interesting. And I just threw the points wherever in the other tree. Speaking of which, I actually need to find my Holy Shock. Holy Shock, Holy Shock. Okay, there we go. Alright, so the thing is, if you need to heal, you can have metric shit tons of healing. I've got this thing gemmed almost entirely with, like, you know, either hit gems or plus healing gems. And yeah, so, okay, yeah. Take note of the MP5. The MP5 is currently 151. When you're in the arena with a partner, with another Holy Paladin, you should have, like, Blessing of Light and Blessing of Wisdom on the two of you. I can't think of any other blessings that would work any better. So, I'm going to showcase the mana, which is 151, and then I'm going to put on Blessing of Light, and I'm going to showcase the healing. So the reason why this build is plus healing gear is so powerful is it allows you to viably in combat use the much more efficient Flash of Lights. You can see the Flash of Lights are healing me for about 1700, 1750, yeah, maybe something like that, for about 180 mana. The Holy Lights, for example, under these conditions, if I didn't have plus healing gear, Holy Light at best, even if I had spell power gear, would only do like a 5-to-1 mana ratio healing, whereas these Holy Lights are like 11-to-1, 10-to-1, 11-to-1, somewhere around there, and they actually heal enough that they become viable. They're less susceptible to being interrupted in PvP, so you don't have, like, you're not casting for like 2.5 seconds, like a million fucking years, and only then does your healing spell actually go off. So because your healing is suddenly super mana efficient just because you've got all this plus healing gear on you, what this means is that you don't have to put MP5 gear in your paladin at all, and instead you can spec gems that are more plus healing and then more spell damage. And to give you an idea, and of course, if you want to go offensive, you can switch into the more spell power oriented weapon. This one also has oil on it. Keep this in mind. So minus this by whatever. But you can see we're at like a 815 spell power. Now, what I'm going to show you, and of course our MP5 does not actually go down too terribly significantly. Lost like 6 MP5 somewhere along the line. Probably from this weapon right here. Yeah, 6 MP5. Now I'm going to showcase to you what you might go into the arena with as far as like a heavy spell power suit. So now we're putting on Lamellar gear, and we have to put on 2 pieces of Lightbringer for the 2-piece set bonus, just because this thing is not very mana efficient. What the fuck is with this lag? So I'm going to make a video, I'm just going to DC out my ass. Is that what's going to happen here? Yeah, fuck off. What do we got going here? I got the 2-piece set. I still need the ring, and I think I need this. Is that about right? So I should have all lamellar, checkaroo. I should have 2-piece of this, and I need to check. I think we're good. Spell power, damage and healing. Looking, it should be like 8 pieces. So right here I've got 5, and then 2, which is 7. So I'm very confused. Like, what is the last piece? Whatever. I probably got the right gear on, so it really doesn't matter. So you can see we went from like 815 spell power to 869 spell power. And if we look at our MP5 has actually been substantially reduced. So rather than like 100 and what was it, like 145 MP5, now I've only got 102 MP5. And that's with me gemming the shit out of my gear quite inefficiently with just metric shit tons of MP5, MP5, and then of course I have to take these 2 pieces right here, the bracers and the boots, for their 2-set bonus, just because this thing is that mana inefficient. And if you look at the healing now, you'll notice that the healing has been significantly reduced. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah, so rather than 1700s, now I'm only doing like 1200s. Well, it was like, yeah, 1750s. Keep in mind, however, I do have these 2 rings. Yeah, that's something I need to point out. So I have 2 rings that have a chance to proc more spell power. So this is a little disingenuous. There we go. So what this probably should read is more like 950 spell power. So in my opinion, there's a difference of like maybe 130 spell power between having plus healing gear and then having really heavy spell power gear. And on top of that, you're just inefficient with your MP5 is significantly reduced in its efficiency. So yeah, I don't know if this is enough healing from your flash of lights to make it viable in PvP. I don't think it is. Like it's super borderline, and I don't think it's enough to make it viable in arena. Your holy lights are probably still fine, but again, your holy lights are horrifyingly mana inefficient compared to the other gear. So when you're done looking at everything, it's just the other paladin. The plus healing gear is just objectively superior to the spell power heavy gear, with the sole exception of if you're trying to burst your target out of existence. Now, if you're trying to burst your target out of existence, you probably have got like 5 out of 5 Vengeance, and you don't have 3 points in Sanctified Judgment, and so forth and so on. But I'm going to hit this target dummy a little bit, and we're going to showcase a little bit of the difference between the mana efficiencies of these 2 builds. So don't pay attention while I'm doing this to... what the hell do I want rank 4 for mana efficiency purposes. Do not pay attention to the amount of damage that's being done, because if you're not with another Holy Shock Paladin, in theory in the arena you're going to be using Judgment of Wisdom and Judgment of the Crusader. So... don't pay attention to the damage. We're just interested in our raw mana efficiency. So I'm just going to go crazy with all my spells and my abilities, and we're going to do this for... I have an idea. Yeah, so I'm going to bubble here. I'm going to cancel bubble. There we go. And just to use bubble as a bit of a timer. Wrong button. Judge. Cleanse. Get this tree out the damn way. That'd be nice. So that's the 50. That's the 2-set bonus. Okay. Seal. Consecration. I'll do this for about 2 minutes, and we'll see what our mana is like. So you can already see that the 3 out of 3 Sanctified Judgment has made us significantly more mana efficient. Actually, I should put this up. My bad. Yeah. So the spec is like serviceably mana efficient. There we go. So So the spec is serviceably mana efficient, but you can see that we're losing mana pretty well, despite everything. Okay, consecration, judgment, seal. Ready for consecration. How long has it been? Okay, we've been at this a little over a minute. Blam, blam, blam. Yeah, so I consider this build to be decently mana efficient, but really the 50 mana from the what's it called? From the 2-step bonus, you can see it going off all over the damn place here. Judge, reseal. Okay, it should be about 2 minutes. Come on, 2-minute me. Let's go. And judgment. Okay, 2 minutes up? Yeah, 2 minutes is up. Okay. So let's do one more round here and call it good. So we were down to like 4,400 mana. We're probably down about 40% of our mana bar, give or take. But I didn't put the... I was very slow in putting my Blessing of Wisdom up. I don't trust the server. If I click these things too quickly, they fuck it up. Long story short. Yeah, 814. Okay, we're good. Alright, so comparatively to this right here, I guess we'll use the bop for a timer. But obviously this thing's going to have more MP5. This is very... Oh, I need a target. Oh, I can't... I got bopped. That's funny. Okay. Actually, maybe I should do a damage test difference so we can actually see what the damage difference is. Maybe that'll be more interesting than knowing that the exact same build with more MP5, how well, I suppose what we're testing here is I don't have the 2-piece bonus, right? So without the 2-piece bonus, but with more MP5, what happens becomes the question. Reseal, Holy Shock. Thank you. Consecration. We'll do a damage test after this. I want to do Judge, Sock, Seal. There we go. Consecration. Judge, Seal. Timer. Shock, Judge, Seal. Shock, Judge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the 2-piece bonus is worth a metric shit ton of mana, which is why you have to put it on the other Paladin, and one of the main reasons why you actually just have lower spell power, which kind of sucks. We should be approaching 2 minutes soon. 2 minutes. Okay, so it's about even, it looks like. Alright, we're done. Alright, so yeah, we're slightly more mana efficient, but you could chalk that up to the fact that I put on Blessing of Wisdom late. Okay, let's do a damage test, and we'll call it good. Okay, so your damage in PvP, so your Seal of Righteousness is, well, thunk out for, you know, whatever the hell that is, about 340. Your Judgments will light off for 2,000 criticals. I think it's supposed to be like 1350 normal. Let's do a shock just in case it crits. Yeah, 1350. And then about 1350, yeah. So, rank 4 consecration, ticking away at 82. It's not bad. 1386. Judging. 2K's crits. I'll do a max rate consecration so you can see the difference. 216 compared to like 286. It's not worth the mana difference, like 390 versus 660. Totally not worth it, in my personal opinion. Shocks. Okay. So this is literally in plus healing gear if you decided that you wanted to go offensive. Again, 814 spell power. So we'll switch over to the other gear and we'll see what we can or cannot achieve. Don't you screw it up, dickhead. Okay. And of course you got a PvP trinket you can pop if you want for spell power, but that's not what we're interested in right now. Okay, so we're going to judge this. Let's see what our thunking damage is now. Our thunking damage went up very slightly. Our rank 4 is 190, so it went up slightly. Our judgments are up significantly. Huh. Maybe that was just a high roll on the judgment. Let me check it again. No, the judgment damage is up quite significantly. Interesting. I don't know why that is. Oh, because it's got 100% spell power ratio. Yeah, never mind. Of course I know why it is. And should be some procs around here somewhere. So we're hoping for some procs. Yeah, there's a proc. Okay, so 95 damage, 76s. Our judgment should be quite powerful now. That was over 2,000, but it didn't tell us anything. Funky thunkies. Yeah, so. But, if we had to try and heal ourselves, God help us if we had to try to heal ourselves outside, like, your flash of lights are not viable in arena, in my opinion, at 12 hundo. And your holy lights are just ungodly levels of mana inefficient. Why the fuck am I still in combat? The hell is wrong with this game sometimes? Let me see how many holy lights I can get out before I completely oom. Ugh, pretty bad. Yeah, so my general conclusion is that the Holy Shock, or the spell power, no, the plus healing gear is just straight up superior. And it's primarily superior just because you don't have to deal with your mana inefficiency issues at all. I suppose I'm looking at healing wrong. So what we should be doing is wearing actual... No, because you can't afford to do that. I suppose you could start in plus healing gear. Huh. Now let's give that a try. Okay, so how do I do in plus healing gear with my flashes of light? Maybe I've been just disingenuous out my ass. Yeah, I probably was. 1350 compared to like 1750. I mean, that's... I still don't think it's enough. It might be just enough to be viable, but the problem is that the spell power paladin is going to love to sit in the spell power gear. He's not going to really want to, and so you're going to find yourself having to heal a lot chillaxing in this gear. Whereas if we switch over to the other gear and we're caught out needing to heal in this particular gear, I think we get like, if I remember correctly, we should get like 1550s. 1550s? Okay, or 600s? Yeah, 1550s, give or take. Yeah, so, and this is a perfectly viable amount of healing if your targets are low on resources. And yeah, you just got more MP5. It's not like you don't have more fucking MP5, which is quite interesting. So anyways, that's all I really have to showcase, is that it's just looking like plus healing gear on a non-deep ret paladin is objectively superior to just about any other type of paladin gearing that you can actually do. The sole exception being that if you're 100% totally into the burst, like you're just all about the burst, right? Then 100% go with the plus healing with the spell power gear. But if you really want to be a monster paladin, you're going to want to use the tools that you have at your availability. So you're going to want to be this incredibly mana efficient... Why am I healing like shit? You're going to want to be this incredibly mana efficient healer with metric shit tons of MP5 that just doesn't die. And you spend like the first 2 minutes of PvP, especially in arena, like you and your partner just not dying. And then your opponents start getting low on resources. They start getting low on, like, you know, CDs. They start getting low on mana. And then you switch over to the more spell power oriented gear. But you still have 700 spell power even in this gear. And of course, swapping over to the other gear makes it go up by 100. So even if you're just DPSing in your pure healing gear, it really doesn't matter. You're not going to do significantly less or more DPS. In fact, I can show that right now. Alright. So we know what it is, 347, and then the Holy Shocks should be 1350. Yeah. Okay, so switch over to healing gear. And our thunks are dodging. Okay. 350. That's... Was that... Isn't that more? What the fuck? I'm so confused now. I don't know. Come here. Okay, 347. Alright, good to know. This game is so fucking weird sometimes. Yeah, it's got more spell power. I don't understand. I do not understand why the plus healing gear is actually scaling harder with Seal of Righteousness. Let me see if the Judgment scales harder with Seal of Righteousness. No. So if I go here... So for some reason, my SOR melee damage just happens to scale better with... Maybe it's the enchant. No, 40 spell power. This thing's got 287 spell power. Let me see here. Alright, so current weapons got... Does this not have oil? No, it's got oil. Alright. 27 rather than 40. 162. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know why this does more damage. Okay, 310. 310 to 305. What the fuck? Man, servers are weird, I swear to God. Okay, well, whatever. That showcase is a bit of a waste. Is this guy my friend? No, he's not my friend. He's Hannibus. Oh, okay. Anyways, Deus Holt Boy is going to cut it off here. But, yeah, so I guess my SOR melee attacks do more damage in plus healing gear. Go figure. But it's just with this stupid weapon. It's just with... Okay, let me try this. Nah, I can't, that won't show... That won't prove anything. Yeah, this is not a plus healing weapon. I'm gonna see what it does, just for shits and giggles. Yeah. 430s. SOR scaling. I should show you guys SOR. Seal of Righteousness is actually pretty fucking terrifying if you get a slow one-handed weapon. And again, this is just plus healing gear, right? Let's see what my spell power is. It's actually quite low. But it won't matter. Seal of Righteousness doesn't really give a fuck. Okay, so SOR hits for 434. Okay, that's not helpful. Seal of Vengeance is hitting for 400. Yeah, it hits for 435, but there's also this tick going constantly, and that's what makes it objectively terrifying. And of course, its judgment damage is pretty monstrous. Let me do a SOR judgment by comparison. That was like 1,000, solid 1,000. So this is untenable. Put you... I can't put you in 3 slot, can I? Yeah, so it actually... Vengeance isn't bad. So if you have the ability to sit on a target for a long period of time, Seal of Vengeance is kind of just better. It's kind of weird that way. Do significantly more DPS. Anyways, yeah, totally gonna need to end this video here. I want to make a quick video, but you know me, never do. Fuck off! Boop. Alright, Deus Boys.